And our top focus on News Point is the Battle of Gaza. The Gaza health officials report that dozens killed in an Israeli strike as the focus on Israel's war against the Hamas militants shifts to the south of the besieged territory. Well, Israel's relentless air and ground offensive has left much of Gaza in ruins and killed over 20,000 people, mostly women and children. Well, the health ministry in Hamas-run Gaza said that at least 70 people have been killed in an Israeli airstrike that hit a number of houses in a refugee camp. The ministry said that the strike destroyed houses in Al-Maghazi camp in the center of the Palestinian territory. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that the war was exacting a very heavy price as the toll of soldiers killed in fighting with the Hamas militants mounted to 154. And that is after the army announced the deaths of 14 soldiers in Gaza since Friday. Netanyahu said, and I am quoting him here, "Let it be very clear, this will be a long war." Netanyahu also dismissed reports that the United States had convinced Israel not to expand its military activity. Earlier, Wall Street Journal stated that Netanyahu was persuaded by Biden not to attack Hezbollah out of concerns that it would launch an attack similar to the October 7th rampage by Hamas. Take a listen.
I told President Biden yesterday that we will fight until a complete victory, however long it takes. The United States understands that. I've seen false publications claiming that the US prevented and is preventing us from operations in the region. This is not true. Israel is a sovereign state. Our decisions in the war are based on our operational considerations, and I will not elaborate on that. They are not dictated by external pressures.
Netanyahu, justifying his policies in Gaza, said that there are countries whose positions we have to take into account. The Israeli Prime Minister added that if we don't do that, eventually there will be a UN decision to impose a blockade on us. The whole world will be against us. As per the reports, the Israeli Prime Minister rebuked Economy Minister Nir Barkat for complaining that not enough was being done to protect the soldiers' lives in the ongoing war. The minister said, and I'm quoting again, "Soldiers are being sent to trapped buildings like sitting ducks." The result, he claimed, were tactics that are endangering the lives of the soldiers. In a post perceived as a rebuke of Barkat, War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz praised the soldiers and said that they are receiving all the required tools. He stated that the ground forces are getting widespread and accurate aerial cover with unprecedented power. 5 Israeli hostages killed in Hamas captivity were recovered from an underground tunnel, the tunnel network, which was found in the northern Gaza Strip. The chief military spokesperson, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, stated that the postmortems were still pending. Israeli President Isaac Herzog also delivered a nationally televised speech on Sunday, appealing for the country to remain united. Tentative efforts continue on talks for another ceasefire and exchange of hostages in the ongoing war.
We are at war, of no choice justified, correct and moral. The righteousness of the way prevails over everything. This moment is a test. We will not break nor blink. We shed a tear and continue together.
2 released detainees and a medic said that the Palestinians apprehended by the Israeli forces have been subjected to torture in custody, including beatings and food deprivation. The Israeli army rejected the claims, saying that the detainees are treated in accordance with the international law.
They kept us in containers and took us to a border area, a freezing cold place where they poured water on us. Freezing cold water that made us shiver from the cold. Then they took us to the prisons and tortured us, beat us. We were forbidden from speaking. We were blindfolded and handcuffed all the time. They only handcuffed our hands in the front instead of behind our backs. We were hungry. They baked bread but didn't feed us. We were dying of hunger. We pointed this out for days. We have been warning for days that they are preparing for this because they know that the people don't want to vote for them, because they know that they will never be able to get the public's trust.
Reports suggest that the Hamas militants opened fire on Gazans trying to get aid, while WION could not independently verify the reports. A desperate humanitarian crisis is unfolding in Gaza. Children and families have practically no access to water, food and medicines. And the whole Gaza Strip is living with very little or absolutely no electricity. Another battle zone footage reportedly shows Hamas group's military wing, Al-Qassam brigades, clashing with the Israeli soldiers in North Gaza. That is where Tel Aviv claims to have control.